Beach bubbles. I love the lock and key. Super, super cute. And you can make these really great little mini albums.
There's
There are
lots of
also
sample
two.
pictures on our website as well as on Elizabeth Craft's website for these.
Well, thank you for that, Matt. And yes, if you are part of any of Alza's Facebook groups, I think she's got a family group, she's got a planner and journal group, and I think she may even have a third group. Lots of pictures to be seen of what these make. And now that our girls, now that some of our community already have these in their hot little hands or soon will, maybe they will post what they create with these great sets as well. So smaller sets to go with the larger sets. So journal file 1, journal file 2, lots of great embellishments. This one here, some of our sister store owners were kind of questioning what this is, and questioning is actually the clue. I think this is a question mark. There is an at symbol, there is an ampersand, there is an exclamation mark. So some of these are a little tricky to figure out, but my best suggestion is just to grab some scrap paper and cut them out, and then you'll see what each piece does. So journal file 2 has a little pen, some great little accents here. Journal file 1, I love the little light bulb as a paper clip, the push pin, and a smaller splatter, a pocket inside, and love. So this is part of the new release from Elizabeth Craft. And like I said, once we get the go-ahead, once they have restocked, we will bring more of these guys in, as well as I see Darlene is on here. Darlene, I believe there's 3 stamp sets, correct, that we missed out on. So we will definitely be getting those in here as well. Once again, if you are interested in those stamp sets, if you see them online, then don't hesitate to email us and we will put you on the wait list. Now, 2 last tiny things from Elizabeth Craft. Elizabeth Craft has often been known for their pink tools. Well, now they've got some sweet little baby blue tools. There is a cute little pair of tweezers that has a nice long nose to be able to grip all those things you need to grip, and the exceptional fussy cutting scissors now in this pretty baby blue. So if you weren't a pink glitter person, then maybe these are for you. So that is that from Elizabeth Craft. Next up, there is New to Us Company. We have shown you some goodies from this company recently. We've got some new to us stuff. These are not brand new from All in Create. So if you have already been collecting them, make sure you check your stash so you don't double up. There is a brand new release that is coming. We have ordered, Matt, you can confirm, do we order all or part of the new release, but there are new goodies coming.
Only part of it. We didn't order everything. It was too big.
Okay. Sometimes that's a problem. There is too much to choose from. I know you guys.
If there's things people want, we can get them from a couple different places now.
Definitely. So always feel free to reach out to us with your special requests. And yeah, these are fun. So we've got some little stamps. And unfortunately, they don't, I guess they do have names. Got to read the names here on the side, but this is called Bold Alpha Mini, number 349. It's a great mixed media type stamp, and I love how very graphic and collagey they look. If you love the look at 49 and Market, with these stamps, you can make your own. So that is the Bold Alphas Mini, and we have the Spotted Wings Butterfly. This is also very reminiscent of the Tim Holtz Blueprints stamps. If you have seen any of those where he's got little sketchy images with measurements and line drawings and everything else, this one's got some great little sentiments on here, built right in. It's all one stamp. These are really kind of cool to play with, and I look forward to playing with them a little bit more myself. And then I've got a whole pile of stuff here. So some big, some small. This one is called Memento Mori. We've got a funky skull. We've got some ink splots. We've got some butterflies. Here's another alpha one. This one is called Alphas and Digits. Very cool. This one is called roundly. And it's pretty self-explanatory why it is called that with all those little circles. Next up, maybe I'll come back to these ones. Let's keep going with stamps. This one is called Inky Numbers. So very much in that same vein with these other ones, with the alphas and the very graphic look to them. You could have a lot of fun with those. What else have I got in here? Oh, here's a bigger one. This one is called Angled Background. My son Charlie, the mathematician, the scientist, would be all over these. Very scientific and very kind of graphic and cool. This one is called All Measured Up. So rulers and measuring tape kind of idea. Now this one is totally for Charlie. And this one does not have a name. We're just going to call it number 30. We're going to call it the math stamp set. You know, you've got angles and Pythagorean theorems and all kinds of fun stuff. This would make a great border. You could do some really cool stuff. This one here, again, no name. This is number 27. The scissors. It's got the little safety pins, the little sewing machine, thimble and scissors. And then we're back to butterflies. So this one is called Delicate Wings, and this one is called Fluttering Friends. Now these are all single stamps. They all come together, and I'm sure you could do all kinds of fun techniques with them to see different ways that you can use this, whether you create a background and then just stamp on top, whether you use this and color it in, maybe with some of those pencil crayons Alexis was showing last night. Two very different yet converging looks here with the butterflies and with the math and the measurements. Definitely something that, especially if you're just getting started in mixed media, art journaling, that kind of thing, some really great staples here that you might want to add to your collection. And then the items that I put off to the side here are stencils, or more specifically, they're masks. And what's the difference, you say? Well, actually, this is a stencil. So this one is called Title. And with this one, all the spaces are punched out. So you have the big positive space and the negative space is all punched out. This one is more of a mask where all you get is that one space. So when you ink blend over it or put paste over it or do whatever it is you're going to do with it, the shape that you see in the stencil is going to be what is left behind. So this one is called Saturday Morning. I call this the Captain America one, but it is called Secret Stars. Yes, I am a mom of boys. This one is Cracked Walls number 2. I think that is super cool. And it's very delicate in here. So if you are using a stencil like this, be very careful when you're putting product through the openings. And especially be careful when you are cleaning them. You don't want to tear or bend any of these little bits. And then lastly, we have Secret Numbers. Kind of looks like a bingo card, but super cool. So that is new stencils, new stamps from All and Create. And Darlene is saying, thanks, Matt, for all of these goodies. The team has been campaigning hard for us to bring this company in, and they have absolutely fallen in love. So, you know what, we are happy to enable our team just as much as we are happy to enable each and every one of you and tease you with some super fun stuff. And you never know. I know Chris and Marcy always have their thinking caps on. Maybe we can work on creating an All and Create class as well with some of these fun, super fun products. Okay, how is everyone doing? I'm going to take a sip of water. That was some pretty fun stuff.
I'm doing great. I don't know about you.
Matt's doing awesome. It's kind of cool. I'm actually upstairs tonight and he's downstairs, so we are tag teaming in the truest fashion. Next, I'm going to show you something I have shown you before. But when I showed you before, and when they hang on the wall, they maybe aren't as explanatory as we thought they were. So these are 4 stitching dies from Gemini and Crafter's Companion. And they are meant to be words that you can either stitch the message or you can cut it out in different ways and create some different backgrounds. We have thanks, we have happy, we have love. Let me make some space for wish. But sometimes they really don't translate when you can't see them live in person. So I am going to give a huge round of applause to Darlene, who, she loves stitching. She loves stitching on cards. She loves stitching in general. And she really she went to town playing with these beautiful, beautiful dies to give you some better examples as to what these could look like. So the nice thing about these dies is that you get both the word with the holes as well as the outer die. And you can mix and match these in many different ways. So what she did on this one is she die cut out the dots for the stitching, die cut out the shape with the shadow so that that really stands out. But if you can see, and I'm going to come very closely here, see if I can get this with my lighting. And Darlene, if I unstick these, I promise to stick them back. She has also cut a second version of that shadow die to put underneath and give some dimension, and it just protects the back of the stitching and just makes a really beautiful dimensional image on your cards. The other nice thing is that these sets come with sentiment stamps as well so that you can complete the statement. So thanks for being you, thanks for your kindness. So she's layered them here. And this is using some of the Crafter's Companion papers as well. I think this is from the Daisies paper. Again, Darlene, if you're listening and you can chime in, but just look how pretty that is. And you could just take a bunch of these if you're watching a movie or if you're going to kids' hockey practice or swimming lessons and you're just sitting. Take a little bag, take these pre-cut, take your stitching and just sit there and stitch. They're nice tiny little projects that are easy to work on and then have ready when you are ready to create. Here is the Make-A-Wish. Same idea where she's double layered it. She's actually popped it up twice there so you get lots of great dimension. We have Happy.
They all look like pop-ups a la Deanna style.
They are very layered like Deanna style. Absolutely. Kudos to Darlene for just really making these lift and pop. Pun intended. And then we have love. Love you to the moon and back. And see how simple it is if you just add a really nice pattern background and you put your sentiment on there. You can keep it really simple. But the fact that you took the time to stitch these messages is phenomenal. So thank you, Darlene, for these gorgeous cards. We will have them on display. Ellen is saying that we should have a how high can you go competition. I guess the only caveat is if you try to mail these, you might have issues or at least extra charges. So just be careful with that. You could also make these into tags. You could do all kinds of fun stuff. So I just wanted to remind you and show off those beautiful samples. Darlene says the last 3 are using Hunky Dory collections. I think those are the duo packs, if I'm not mistaken. But again, lots of great options with some beautiful, beautiful paper. So that is stitching for all of you stitching peeps. And I had a meeting this week with someone that if you really like stitching, then you're just going to have to wait and see what just might be coming around the corner. Okay, one more series from a die company, and then we will get to that 49 Market. Who is looking forward to 49 Market? You're going to have to wait. So I have the new March release from our friends at Spellbinders. We love Spellbinders. Oh, Ellen is saying IKEA style cards. Mail the pieces and the person has to assemble. That's pretty darn funny, Ellen. Especially as I am sitting here waiting for the last of my IKEA furniture to arrive. And IKEA is very top of mind. All right, so we are talking spring. We are talking March release from Spellbinders, hot off the presses from my trade show, my education event with Spellbinders last week. Man, they shipped fast. We got this pretty darn quick. I'm going to start with stencils. And I love Spellbinder stencils because they are so darn big. They are nice and big to work on a variety of projects, as well as you can scale them down. You can just use a corner, you can just use a piece, or you can stencil a whole panel and then cut that up into little pieces. So first off, we have a stencil for the raindrops. This goes along with the raindrop embossing folder, as well as all of those cute little duckies that were in, I believe, the January release, or was it the February release? I'm not too sure, but this is the raindrop stencil. Pretty sure this one is staying in my collection. And then this was an oldie but a goodie. And though it is a new stencil, it is called Puff Dotty. Not to be confused with Puff Daddy. This is Puff Dotty. Now, why I really liked this, not only because it is a great basic, but it is a perfect partner for the Puff Dotty embossing folder. And the idea, the thinking behind this is that you emboss your paper. And if you've ever embossed it and then tried to ink just the raised areas, sometimes you run the risk of getting ink where you don't want it. So now that you have the coordinating stencil, you can layer that over, put the raised dots from the paper through the open dots on the stencil, and then just ink with confidence. Ink without worrying about getting that background even a little bit messed up, and you get nice solid coverage on those raised areas. So they are a really great coordinating set, and my understanding is that they will be doing more in this vein to help you give more color and more technique to your embossing folders. The next series I'm going to share with you is perfect for Father's Day. And we got this one in we did a card with this, and I'm very happy that Charlie is actually out at Cadets right now because I think this is going to be his birthday card. This is for all the construction people, the woodworking people, the dads, the brothers. Hey, and it's International Women's Day, so maybe you've got ladies out there who love to build things, who love woodworking, who are handy with tools. Perfect sentiment, nailed it. And so this was simply created with a beautiful rainbow colors, a little bit of glossy accents to make the paint look wet, some foil paper, all kinds of fun stuff. This is from a die set that is called All the Tools. And almost literally all the tools are here. Lots of pieces, but let me tell you, these were super easy to put together. And if you just follow the image, keep this packaging so you can see what colors go with what. But they're pretty obvious, and they've got those beautiful etched embossed lines on the tools, so you can line up the pieces super easy. To go along with it, there is a coordinating stamp set, and look at that. Look how fun that is. It could be great for a new home, or I guess new home where you're talking about painting, or hey, to celebrate my new craft room, congrats on the new digs with the paint. So this has a great little wood grain panel. This is just meant to go behind the sentiment, and all kinds of great sentiments to go with it. Sorry, I screwed up. He who has the most tools wins. That's Charlie's favorite line. Thanks for building me up.
That's definitely a rule.
This is definitely a rule. You came, you sawed, you fixed. Thanks for all you do. So that's super cute. And I think, let me go through my pile here. I thought that there was a hot foil plate that went with it. Maybe it's coming in the next shipment. Not too sure.
There is a Sentiments hot foil plate that came in, but it was just Sentiments. It wasn't this.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. So that is for the handy people in our lives. Next up, I'm going to share with you this one here. I just thought this was fun. It's called Back Pocket. It is a little basically a denim jeans pocket with 2 options for your stitching. This would be great for gift cards. It is actually the perfect size to just kind of tuck a gift card in there. I'm sure there's all kinds of other configurations you can do for it, but I thought that was really fun. One thing that we often get asked for is teacups, tea parties, that kind of thing. So I thought this teacup and saucer would be ideal. I love how they cut it out of pattern paper, and it is 2 very simple pieces that would be so easy to cut. Again, this opening, I'd have to measure for sure, and I don't have a gift card handy, but you just might be able to tuck a gift card in that opening as well. So that is called teacup and saucer. What else do I have here? The stamp, those are those. Okay, so we've had a number of those sealed foliage flowers. We've got all kinds of beautiful florals from Spellbinders. Why not have a beautiful mason jar to go with it? Now, I will admit this looks a little bit bigger than I think it looked in the picture, and sometimes that happens, but look at how beautiful this is. And what's really cool is it's got this little embossed emblem on it so that it really will look like a mason jar. And they have just cut it out of vellum here and tucked all the flowers just inside. Lots of little buds, lots of stems to put it on, or you could put your own flowers in here as well. And again, maybe if you cut this out of something clear like acetate or vellum, you could fill it with candy. And I mean faux candy, but maybe, hey, if you're creative enough, you can come up with real candy as well. So that was super fun. And we're often looking for some great basic stamps. This is a really cool background with some great little sentiments on it. Many thanks from me to you, just because, and on your birthday. And hey, if you emboss it with some embossing powder, look how stunning that looks. Add some florals. It's absolutely gorgeous. All right, 2 more things from Spellbinders. And I'm going to show you the sample first. Look how beautiful that is. It is a brand new layering stencil and die series from Spellbinders. And we just have a small, we just received a small number of each one of these, but there are more coming in the second shipment. We have, and so we've got them as bundles. So this is Wish, Make a Wish. There you go. And it does come, let me open this one up just to show you. So there is the layered die, and this one has 4 different layers that you can work with to make this gorgeous, gorgeous sentiment. And it also has a mask. So when you are stenciling around the sentiment, pop the mask into place to protect it. Or do it in 2 layers. Do the sentiments as one piece, and then use the coordinating die to cut it out and pop it up, just like they've done here on this, this sample. So there is Make a Wish. I'll put that back in packaging afterwards. There is Floral for You. So lots of pretty flowers and the For You message behind it. There is Thank You. And just like the sample says, there is Hello, Floral Hello. And that's the one that I created. And what's really cool is that they do allow for you to have a layer here that you can use in a neutral color to create that shadow. So even though this is a 1-layer card, it looks very dimensional. So I thought that was really fun. And I just backed it on a orange card base to make that pop. So 4 new stencil and die sets from Spellbinders. You could just really go to town and have all kinds of fun with different color combinations, different arrangements. We saw some samples of some monochromatic cards that just, sang, and lots and lots of fun to play with. Now, I do have one more thing from Spellbinders before we move on to 49 and Market. And you may have seen I posted a video earlier this afternoon, and we have talked a little bit about this. Well, last week at our trade show, got a little bit more information on the Glimmer Live hands-on workshop. How many of you have jumped on the Glimmer train? How many of you have tried, even just tried once, hot foiling? I know I have fallen in love with this. Darlene spent a full day with her sister just foiling all the things. Whether you are brand new to foiling or whether you have been foiling like we have, this hands-on workshop is pretty awesome. It's almost like a boot camp, and they are going to take us right through from the very beginning, the very introductory stages of hot foiling, all the way through to some advanced techniques. It will be, the class is a virtual class. It will be held on YouTube. You will get the link with your kit, and your kit is spectacular. You have a nested set of dies. You have a coordinating shape of hot foil plate. You have this beautiful floral hot foil plate. You've got some great sentiments and some strip dies to cut it out. You will get a full sampling of Spellbinder's awesome cardstock and Glimmer cardstock. You will get 3 types of foil, or not types, but colors of foil. You'll get some coordinating gems, and you are going to just have so much fun creating. It's 3 hours long. Yes?
Can you address who can take it? Cassandra is asking if you can take the workshop if you have the GoPress version.
That is a very good question. So can you take the workshop if you have the GoPress, or does it have to be the Glimmer? If you have the GoPress, absolutely yes, you can take the class. And I actually, let me see if I can find my notes, because Spellbinders worded it really well. Ultimately, they are Glimmer experts. That's obviously, it's being put on by Spellbinders. But the GoPress and foil machine is very close in functionality and in basic mechanisms as the Glimmer machine. So if you have a GoPress, absolutely you can take the class. There just may be some basic troubleshooting that if there's something that's not working for you as a GoPress user, that I can't even think of an example. They may not be able to answer your questions right away, but I will tell you that I have a GoPress. Darlene has a GoPress. I believe Chris and Tanya have a GoPress, and I think maybe even Marcy has a GoPress. So our whole team, we're going to go through the training as well. We actually get an advanced look at the training. They're going to do a train the trainer. But if you have problems with your GoPress, then we will do our best to help you out as well. So if you have a Glimmer machine or a GoPress, then this class is absolutely for you. I think that's it for questions. I'm just going to check here. Joy is saying she has not tried hers yet. Joy, get it out of the box. Even if you just turn it on, put it through your machine a couple times, make sure it works, then you can get ready for this awesome class. Now, specifics, the class is on May 13th, which I believe is a Saturday. It's at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern. So we will see everybody on YouTube for that class. If you cannot attend live, then you will have access to the replay. Just like all the other classes that we have done virtually, the replay will be available to you. And even if you can catch it live, sometimes it's great to be able to go back on replay. If maybe there's a little bit of time in between when you take the class and then you actually go to use it, I often will pull up a video and watch it over and over again so that you can just really follow along. Now, there is also an add-on bundle. This is optional, but later in the class, they'll be showing some more advanced techniques where they're going to be using this add-on bundle. There is a stencil. There is, so the stencil makes the flowers. There's a die cut. There's some great little sentiments and letters. So if you want to learn how to foil and die cut letters, then you might want to consider the add-on bundle as well. Now, if you are one of our community that has already signed up for Glimmer Live, sight unseen, trusting that we recommend only the best for you, I will be sending out an email probably in all reality tomorrow or Friday, just to let you know a little bit more about A, what you're getting in your kit, and B, your opportunity for the add-on, but you can go right to the website as well if you want to check that out. Now, the bundle is only available if you sign up for the class. If you just want to grab the bundle, you're going to have to wait till they are released as individual items much later in the year. This is only for people who are taking the class. So if you want to get on the Glimmer train, then I highly, highly recommend it. I am so looking forward to this and learning all the tips and tricks. Are there dies for the hot foil letters? I believe the dies are right there. So you get the dies as well as the stencil. And I believe these are the letters. It's a little hard to tell in that picture, but on the actual listing, it does list everything that comes in that add-on kit. So Sandra, that should actually help you with that. Val says, would this help me decide what machine I want to buy? Either one of those machines are fantastic. The Glimmer, if you want to take this Glimmer boot camp, I do recommend you actually have a machine so that you can follow along. But Val, if you have specific questions about the Glimmer or the GoPress, I believe we only have Glimmers in stock right now. But definitely give us a shout. Come in and see us, and we will go over all the things. All right, so deep breaths.
Sherry,
Yes.
The alphabet, there is a Glimmer hot foil plate and die set in that bundle.
Thank you for clarifying that. That's fantastic. Lots of alphabets. That's very versatile, and I'm sure they're going to send us some amazing tips. I've always loved the classes that I have taken with Spellbinders. Kim Kesty is such a calm and passionate crafter that I think you guys will all very much enjoy the class. All right, drink of water. Everybody stretch for a second. We are going to the market. We are diving in to 2 brand new lines from 49 and Market. As I mentioned earlier, there is a 3rd one that is on its way. Part of it did arrive. Part of it is still in transit. It's a travel line, so I guess it's kind of fitting that it's traveling all over and maybe getting separated, but coming back together. But what I'm going to share with you tonight, sorry, I'm going to go back to a question from Val. Is it possible to do this on 12 by 12 layouts? I'm guessing you're asking about foiling. You can put foiled elements on 12 by 12 layouts. Yes. You cannot foil a 12 by 12 piece of paper. It does have to fit through your die cutting machine. So most machines, so the Platinum 6 and the Big Shot, and actually the Glimmer platform or the GoPress platform is only 6 inches wide. So you can foil elements to then stick on your layouts like die cuts, like embellishments, like that kind of thing, but you cannot foil on a solid 12 by 12. Lots of techniques to make it look like you foiled on 12 by 12, but to actually go right onto 12 by 12, that is not possible at this time. So hopefully that answers your question, Val. All right, back to the market. Back to the market, 49 and Market. In the last release, there was the Eucalyptus line, and I believe the pink line was called Blossom. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. I just know it was the pink one. Well, yes. Now we have.
Blossom.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. So last time was Eucalyptus and Blossom. This time we have Inkwell and Toast. Beautiful colors. I can absolutely guarantee you that the screen is not doing it justice. This blue is so rich and royal. It is a very royal blue color. Absolutely stunning. And the toast is nice and warm and toasty. Pun absolutely intended. So there are all kinds of great elements that you would expect from 49 and Market. So we have tickets in both colors. We have laser cuts The laser cuts are always very popular. So you've got butterflies and doilies. I love these crochet rope look, bows, all kinds of good stuff. Once again, in both colors. Definitely easy to mix and match, and they will definitely coordinate with a lot of your favorite 49 and Market lines. There are the envelope bits. So envelopes as well as things to tuck inside. I love those labels. Great little cards that you can either use with the envelopes or on their own. 31 labels and frames, 6 envelopes. And there is the toast. But they're not, and it's not just straight paper. Like they're textured and splattered and so much fun. We have, let me find the blue one to go with it. We have the 6x8 mini collections. I kind of just need to stop talking because these are just stunning. They're going to go fast, peeps. They really are going to go fast. We have the very popular, so from the last time, the collage sheets. These are more of a printer paper weight, a text weight, very thin, but great for collaging and layering. So there is Inkwell, 40 text weight sheets. They're 6x8, lots of great patterns. And you know what? I love the little envelope that they come in as well. Keep all your scraps safe because you're going to want to cherish every little piece you've got here. We've got frames. The Inkwell totally speaks to my nautical heart. The toast, again, very warm and friendly and so beautiful yet neutral that it'll go with a lot of different lines. We have the film strips in both colors. We have acetate leaves. Make sure I get them in the right pile. These went really, really quickly last time with the other colors as well, so you definitely want to go grab them. And I know we've got some of our scrapbookers that are tuning in. They're such a nice size that you can tuck them in so many different ways on your layouts, or if you are more of a card maker, you can trim them down, have lots of fun. Now, Matt, correct me, I believe we got the single sheets as well as the collection packs.
Yes, we have single sheets.
Fantastic. So if there's one that you really love, maybe this one with the butterfly, you're going to want to get more. So this one has 4 designs.
The pages are beautiful.
Matt's telling me to open up packaging. Usually he tells me don't open that. All right, we're opening it up. Here, let me clear some space because we need to see it all. We need to see it all. Bye-bye, tickets. Let's open up Inkwell here. So the nice thing about 49 and Market is they always give you a bonus sheet on that cover. This one is only available in the collection pack, but then all of these others, and again, I guarantee you that the screen is not doing this justice. You're going to have faith just how gorgeous these are. And I think I grabbed 2 there, but that's okay because here is the second one, Inkwell paper number 2. So pretty. Look at that deep blue. This one has hints of purple in it as well. This was Inkwell paper number 3. Great texturized background here. That's the same one. And look at that. And imagine, could you imagine with some of these all in create stamps that I showed earlier on, you could just have a field day with these. This is all part of her color swatch line. So I expect we'll see all kinds of colors coming through the rest of this year. Let me show you toast as well. And like I said, we've had a sneak peek of what Everywhere is going to be. Everywhere, vintage artistry Everywhere is the travel line that is in transit to us. Don't worry, it is all coming. It's just taken a little roundabout route to get here. Look at that. Got little hints of lace in here, twine, a beautiful wreath. We've got some very warm and neutral. They just got like hints of that, almost like that tumbled glass, that sea glass blue. Look at that background. Look at the beautiful florals. They really have knocked it out of the park, and it gives you so much to work with. Even when there really is only 4 different papers, double-sided to make 8, you could just scrap and craft your heart out with this. Again, look at that beautiful lace rose up in the corner and a nice collage mixed media, faux mixed media background. So that is toast. And that means that our what's new is now toast. We are at the end. This is the last that I have to show you. Everywhere, you know what? It probably doesn't hurt that we spread this out a bit. Take it all in. Take Inkwell in. Take toast in. Get all the things, and then by the time Everywhere goes live early next week, and I show it to you next week, it'll be a whole new experience for you to enjoy. Beyond that, I think we will sign off for this Wednesday evening. If you have any questions about Glimmer Live or any of the classes that we have open for registration, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we will see you all next week. Be safe, everyone. Happy crafting, and have a great night.